everybody. Time to start our stream today. 5+3. Casual Fast Friday here. We're playing Blitz on lichess.org. Intro National Master. And moi. Thank you for your generous donations this week. Astrobate, Nils. Stream is starting. Where is everybody? Mule Skinner's here. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble now. Fresh after his victory, he's down to 1689 in Blitz. Mule Skinner, you're close to the 200 game barrier. 5 games to go to reach 200. You can join the Nefedov Club. Not too many people here have joined the 200 Games Club. Morales must be up there. You, Nefedov. I mean, who else has that many games? Juicebox, what's up? Good to see you guys. All right. We're getting black again. Whoa, what just happened to my screen? That was freaky. All right. We've got... I do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Juicebox. My new anti-Mule Skinner move order. G6. No more bishop b5, my friend. We've taken that out of play. Now he has to revert back. Unless he wants to try d4. Well, I don't really post my schedule in a lot of places, so pretty much only my Twitch channel. I don't know if the lichess Sparkle Horse team has an updated schedule now. Here I was thinking about like a6 maybe. I had a game of that the other day. But we'll revert back to this. This doesn't bother me as much as the 3 bishop b5 line. I mean, we've had a lot of games with Mule Skinner in this line, but you know, somehow I like it a little better than another line. Now the other variation I was playing was a6 and b5. Maybe the upside of this would be not weakening the queen side as much as with b5. Maybe more ability to castle queen side if I play just like b6, bishop b7. My c5 pawn is not as much of a target. Guess we'll just go with the flow. All right, window. That's enough cold air for now. Maybe I can play like f6, knight f7, like a rat defense. No power and a Buddhist ceremony. I think it was a sign from God. Wow. Okay. He's not aggressive or anything. He's 1689? Dude, what's up with your rating? Mule Skinner, normally people who are 1689 start just like dropping pieces and stuff. Now, to be fair, there are some players around that rating who play very credibly. It's kind of random. You never really know what you're going to get. I mean, some of them are absolutely horrible. Some of them play like masters and then just like drop a piece every 30 moves or so. He's giving up his bishop pair. I like bishops. Apparently he likes knights. Apparently so do I, Triumphant. Normally I'm kind of more the picture of consistency, but I think it's stylistically, you know, it depends on your style. Not everyone goes through 200-point rating swings. In like slow chess, my rating hardly moves at all. All right, you know what? You can have that one. I'm gonna mine this diagonal. Mind or mine, or both. Queen f5 was not on the table. It was more a question of something like a6 and trying to grab, I mean queen f5. a6, queen f5, knight d5, not possible. Probably I should have taken the pawn. With a6 and queen takes f5. I actually thought the mule skinner should have played knight h4 there. Knight h4 here looks pretty promising. Strategic pawn sacrifice to get the knight to f5. Now, Asterbate, with your crazy style of play, I think you're supposed to fluctuate a lot. I mean, I would expect your rating to fluctuate a lot. Never really planned on castling kingside, but it's always a possibility. The flexibility of delayed castling. Mule Skinner mated me after a horrible oversight in the last game we played. But it was very instructive. I mean, I'm down 250 rating points in the last rating period. Okay, now queen takes f5, knight g5, so that's risky. Yeah, drinking totally, that makes it not count. Sorry, Juicebox, that's not part of the equation. Okay, these bishops are wild. Very strong bishops. Yikes. I should have played, man, I mean, I knew this was bad. I shouldn't take on f5. This was a big mistake. But I'm very lucky because he missed knight d5 there. I mean, I don't know. After knight d5, it's anybody's guess what's going on. But now I think I'm still fine. That was a lucky break for me. Rio, I'm going to call him Rio Tact. Riot Act. Vodka and OJ. That's good. Could use some of that right now. The alcohol doesn't seem to be good for my cough after all, though. I may have to suspend that. May have to suspend that program. No threats. Vodka on vodka grapefruit juice. That's Larry's favorite. All right, he just refuses to die. There's no doubt that bishops are better than knights. I mean, I never had a question about that. To be fair, to be honest. Why don't I just play bishop to d4 check, to d. I mean, I could have played that last move and I didn't play it. Am I crazy? You guys are sitting there like, why doesn't he play bishop b d4 check? I frankly don't know, you know. I'm up to like 600 pawns now. It's like waiting for some sort of cheapo. The next knight h7 cheapo. We have something of a queenside majority here. I don't know why we keep missing bishop d4. It was like I was trying to trap a piece and I became fixated on trying to trap his knight on f7, and I forgot about like just the fact that he can't move his king, you know. Sometimes we lose focus for the object of the game, which is mate. Alright guys, I'm just taking the challenges for anybody who has an established account. This player, I mean, my general requirement is like 100 games. Waiting for the check to become useful. Obviously, he had to play like rook f2. He was like going to resign if I had played bishop d4 check. But it was weird. I don't know why I didn't play it. I meant to accept a challenge, not check out their profile. Just a small check. I don't play for mate, man. That's very primitive. Try to be more subtle. All right, Euler cell. Hmm. 50 move game in a Grand Prix. Now the guy plays the French defense. Are you kidding me? Can't take it anymore. No, I'm not going to play a closed position, okay? It's enough with this locking the game every game, you know, into some kind of bear hug wrestling match, you know. I'm tired of that. I don't want to play where the whole pawn structure is locked, the whole board. Mule Skinner does it every time. It's extremely irritating. If I have more time, if it's like a 90-minute game or longer, I don't mind playing closed positions, but it's not fun in blitz, you know. There's no tactics. It's like slow. Okay, knight c6. Whatever. I mean, knight c6 is fine. I can play d4. We would transpose to a Nimzovich then. No, this is just a bad move now. That was interesting until that point. He just wasted a tempo. The same exact rating almost. It's our last opponent. In a sense, I'm wasting a tempo here too, but he would have to give up his center. It looks like an Aliekin game from a Simul or something. Aliekin versus NN. Aliekin. We have to pronounce things correctly around here. I'm too laissez-faire with the correct pronunciations of names. Aronian. Like, I say things wrong all the time, even though I know the correct pronunciation. It's just easier to say it that way. Alright, this is really bad. This is very bad for black. Tempting to play A4, but kind of greedy. Spatially greedy. I want everything. You notice a lot of higher rating players playing closed positions game after game. Well, yeah, I mean, I would imagine that it would be more common with the higher rated players than the lower rated players, because I think closed positions are harder to play, a little more subtle. So yeah, I'm not surprised if that's the case in general. But it's hard for me to play. I like tactics. I like to play tactics in blitz. I like the game to flow quickly. And I feel like I get bogged down when it's like this slow maneuvering game that requires more time. When it's tactics, it's just bang, 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 calculate. I can do that, you know, but what we got here? More than one way to skin the proverbial cat. He's still trying to play the French. He also has B4, but he might end up. See, like bishop E4, bishop B7, queen F3. He's nearly toast. There's also just queen H5. Maybe I should just ignore it. Execute the original plan. Juicebox playing like Karpov all the time. Absolutely. I'm surprised you just don't play theory and get good positions. Well, first of all, I mean, how do you play theory against people that don't know theory, you know? I mean, I've got this guy who's playing like move, you know, E4, E6, C4, knight C6. I mean, you know, you could throw the theory out the window when the guy plays like a completely unknown move on move 2. You know, it's there's no magic bullet, you know. Theory is like relevant if it's like two very high rated players who know reams of memorized moves in one particular variation, but against most people that's not really relevant. Here, mate is mate. Actually, let's do it this way. Check, there, check, there, check. Oh, it's all good. I don't know if this is the most efficient way to do this. Check. Yeah, this is pretty good. I think that's efficient. Sufficiently efficient. C4 is a means of trying to keep the game kind of fluid and open. It's like you can do D4 and then exchange on D5 and play C4. But I feel like people are a little bit better prepared with that move order. Yeah, C4 is an interesting move. But I liked his reaction, actually. Like knight C6 may be a good move. Most people would play D5 there, kind of automatically. Someone had a giant panda in Starbucks. You weren't in China by any chance, were you? They don't have. Do they have Starbucks in China? I haven't been to China lately, so I'm not really sure. I guess they do. They have it everywhere. No mate. He's resigning. I'm going to play rook c3, bishop e7, and rook c7, so it looks pretty bad for black. Thanks for the game. Big money, testosterone. Couple subscribers. They have, they do, yeah. I thought so. Have you ever been to China, Juicebox? You're Mr. Asia, the Asian expert. Yeah, I should really play e4 if I want to open games. Now he's playing c5, another bear hug move. Wants to lock it up, wants me to lock it up with d5. But here I feel like I almost feel obliged to do that. The other moves aren't so great. You can play e3, but it's lame. You almost have to play d5. It's like literally the only good move. Now he transposes to a normal Benoni? Okay. Khmer Kave. Is that the name of it? Sounds weird. Alright. Lots of cafes here in Budapest. I would feel weird about going to like Starbucks. There's a Starbucks on the corner near the main street. Not too many in Budapest. Because there's too many cafes. It's a cafe. There's a historical cafe tradition here. I mean, we don't really need Starbucks. So I would feel weird. Even in a normal American city, I don't like to go to Starbucks. Support your local coffee house or whatever. And that's why I don't play at that other chess site. Alright. This is me versus Tal Shaked. New York, New Jersey Open. The New York / New Jersey Open. Like 2006, I think. It was supposed to be the New York Open, but they held it at the Newark Airport, which is like the worst place ever for a chess tournament. There was a prison right next door to the hotel. And when my friend went for a walk, he like started walking into the prison, apparently. One of the last New York Opens. I think the last ever New York Open was actually in New York. I played in that too. It was a great chess tournament. It was the best chess tournament in the United States for years, for an Open. I guess it died around 1999 or 2000. Jose Cucci. Funny thing happened to me when I went to Slovenia. Speaking of walking to the wrong place. When you go to Novogorica in Slovenia, at least from the eastern direction. Alright, never mind. This guy is too good. I have to take my time here. I'm not going to tell stories. Godlike play by Black. I didn't know Big Money even played the King's Indian. The Benoni. I don't recall that. Anyway, when I went to Slovenia, I got out the train station and I just started walking over the Italian border without knowing it. You just go out of the station, there's like 2 exits. Like one of them goes into Slovenia, like one of them goes into Italy. But like, I just like walked out the wrong door, like illegally going into Italy without going through passport control. It was like I walked around in Italy for like 2 minutes till the border police started chasing me back to the station. That's stupid. My only trip to Italy ever. I look younger. Yeah, my life is good. Everything's going great. I feel younger. Just a haircut. Destroying Ponda? What do you mean? Tearing Ponda down? I take out my frustrations on Ponda. It's very normal to do that to your close friends and family members. Big Money fell apart because he forgot about the b5. No, he actually had a decent position, I thought. I've used this maneuver a lot, b4. Maneuver, whatever you want to call it, pseudo pawn sack. So if he takes, which he should, I wanted to play knight a2, but he has knight c4 there, I thought. So I was thinking of just playing knight d1. I had a very similar game in the Hungarian Team Championship 2 years ago against International Master Farago Shandor, where I was like clearly better, but I couldn't win. The structure is very bad for black. All right, Testosterone. Infinite Flash has a thing for Ponda. It's kind of like Bob and John Bartholomew. It's a love-hate relationship. Juicebox, my mom has pneumonia. I haven't seen her today, but she's hanging in there. You know, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's very hard when you have like Alzheimer's and then you're like, you got some kind of physical ailment too. I thought she was going to pass away actually, but she recovered a little bit. So I think, you know, at this point it looks like she's going to, you know, probably she's going to survive it, but she has to get better, obviously. Okay, knight f3. So this is what most people are playing. But I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. You know, when you're older, hey, listen, Infinite Flash chess. That's enough from you, okay? So, when you're in your 80s and you get pneumonia, I guess there's no guarantee. Do I live with my mom? No, I don't live with my mom, man. But my mom lives with me. I don't live with my mom lives with me. My mom lives in my house because she's got to be taken care of. D3. We don't have any other family, so we stick together. Stick together, man. You got to take care of your mom, dude. Can't leave the mom, you know. Can't leave the mom in a foreign country by herself when you don't have any brothers or sisters or relatives or anybody to take care of her. You're the only one, man. All right, so what are we doing here? Just c6, wait and see. Where is Bob? Speaking of, is Bob's not even here? Why are we talking about Bob? We have 3 mascots and 1 streamer. Honda is the real. Okay, classic position here. Although I could try something weird like 95. That doesn't work. I don't think we can try anything weird. We just have to play correctly. All right. My mom lives in my basement. You usually hear about people who live in their mom's basement. No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't have to live in the basement. All right, castles. Panda was reading an endgame book. Yeah, he was reading an endgame book before. Let's give him something instructive. Something a little deeper. All right, here you go. Read that, okay? There. You gotta open it up, man. Okay, you can read the cover, the back cover. Get started. Here we go. Oops. Oops. I know you're not I know you're not going to be here much, Infinite Flash Chess, but if you see anything unusual in the neighborhood, feel free to, you know, chat ban someone or something like that. We've given Infinite Flash Chess mod powers because I can't be all seeing and knowing. I realize he's not going to be our regular mod and he's not going to be here for a lot of streams, but got to have someone, you know, to be like a foil for Panda on the stream. All right. Did you realize that the average player on lichess is like 1700, dude? You are aware of that, right? Probably lower, like 1600. I'm not here for my own practice, dude. You do understand that, right? So Infinite Flash, don't abuse Panda too much. I'm taking challenges here on Friday. So anybody who challenges me, it doesn't matter what you're rating. Some people are rating snobs. I can't, you know, make people's ratings, you know, be like 23 or 2400. People who are higher rated than me, they don't want to play me, you know what I mean? You know, they don't want to play in my stream. I get people who want to play a higher rated player. That's who I play, you know? If I want to like go and challenge people who are 2300 and look cool, that's a different stream, you know? I'm trying to be instructive. So I'm trying to teach people how to play chess. I can't, you know, get like 2400 players who want to watch the stream where I'm teaching people how to play chess. It's a different concept, you know? But I welcome anybody who wants to play in the stream. Yeah, I play people who are 2100, 2200, occasionally 2300s, but I don't get a lot of grandmasters, you know, challenging me to play here. Yeah, it felt mildly trollish, but, you know, we'll see. Alright. Bishop h5 probably best. I'm down to 23 seconds. I just realized my time. I keep forgetting that it's like 5-3. I'm normally doing as long as 7-3 on Mondays and Wednesdays. So sometimes I lose track. I was playing 5-0. What do you guys think about the rule, by the way, on lichess that... Because this never happened in like 12,000 games I've played here. I never had it happen that I had to lose because I had knight and king versus knight and king. And both sides run out of time. I mean, I run out of time and I lose in that position. That doesn't seem right to me, you know? I know that on other chess sites, that's not a loss. And maybe on some. I don't know, you know, all the chess sites. I know I've played on other chess sites where that's not an automatic loss. I don't think you should lose with knight and king against knight and king. You know, I think that should be an automatic draw. I mean, I'm sure that in FIDE rules, I would think that in FIDE rules, it's, man, Testosterone, what's up with the time, dude? He's fast as hell. No, I don't want to play with increment. I'm talking about non-increment. There should be some positions that are automatic draws. Knight versus knight should be an automatic draw. Knight versus bishop. Bishop versus knight. These should be automatic draws. It should be, I mean, you know, in all my years, like 20 years of playing online chess on other chess sites, that was never an issue. No, I didn't just start playing online chess like yesterday or something. On Internet Chess Club, it's an automatic draw. And I played on that site for like 20 years. In real tournaments, you can claim a draw instantaneously in that position. The arbiter has to award you a draw immediately if you claim a draw. In a FIDE rated blitz tournament with knight versus knight, there ain't no way they're going to let the guy play it out to the 50 move rule. It's absolutely absurd. You know, I don't think that that should be the case. But I'm surprised that other people haven't complained about this. Damn, dude, how is he so fast? Well, it's like, it's not fast, he's sort of deceptively fast. Like, he doesn't move instantly, but he doesn't take any time. Now he's taking time on this move. He just kind of sneaks up on you. I think I have lag or something going on. He's also playing incredibly strong chess here. Turkey Farmer like suddenly turned into a master, man. He's played this super well. Wow. Everything just in time. Look at that move he found. He's playing like a master. 1697? Wow, dude. Great game. I couldn't have played it any better myself with white, honestly. It's like a perfect King's Indian attack. Technique, too. Dude, what's going on here? I think you should play h5. Damn, dude. What's his Senapon lost in this game? Played tremendously. This was like a master level game by white. The whole thing was perfect. We're actually in a bunch of Grandmaster games now. Apparently. Or Master games. I never liked G4 in this type of position. I never play this. But apparently it's not bad. I'm playing like Ildar, my buddy. Ildar is a good guy. One of the coolest Grandmasters I know. I missed B5, but I mean, that's kind of a risky move. I got a little too passive at one point. Alright, guys. Nice game, Turkey Farm. Very well played. Quantics, I only accept casual games. I already lost 250 rating points last week, so I think that's enough. Alms, massively underrated at 2036. I don't like that the system for black a whole lot. It's a little too solid. Not really good for playing for a win. I really need to play something different there. Something more dynamic. Yeah. I wouldn't want to play for a win in that line with black. It's very good for a draw. Like, say you're playing a higher rated player and you just want something solid, but as far as trying to win, it's pulling teeth. Well, the last 50 points of the 250 I lost was due to a forfeit. I started a tournament and like got paired with a 1600 and went to a different page and came back and my game was over. So that's a problem. Every time I lose by forfeit, it's like 50 points. Pretty brutal. Chess with Chris. Trojan system. This is a problem because I don't normally play knight a6. I'm out of book. Can I play g5 and like knight takes e4? I guess you can also do like b4 now. I'm the one that's playing like a zombie. b4, g5. Knight takes g5. Well, that's weird. That would be weird. I think this might have even been stronger. This is a bad position for me. It's inaccurate. I wasn't thinking when I played knight a6. I wonder how bad it is to play g5 here. Knight takes e4, knight takes e4, knight takes e4, f5. h4, g4, something like that. Guess we can try it. No, but this position is known, and it's not good for black. I put my knight on c5 too early. It's supposed to be on a6. I'm just hoping that somehow b3 benefits me, but probably not very relevant here. We'll get our piece back. But generally this is good for white. But I don't know if it was any worse than the alternatives. Which piece do we want? Like this. Just try to draw this kind of crappy position. Maybe I can play like g4. Where is he putting his king? White did delay castling. It's much different if he's castled. He has a lot less options. No, I just screwed up with knight a6. I mean, I wasn't thinking. You know, I don't even play this variation. I have a friend, my house sitter. The house sitter played knight a6 against Georgi Orlov. I remember that. But I know nothing about this variation other than seeing him almost lose to Georgi Orlov. I know everything about a5, but nothing about knight a6. I don't know why I make random moves. Chess Kudo, long time no see. All right, Queen c2. It looks like he's thinking about castling. Castling long? You wouldn't dare. Maybe c5. I mean, should I play to stop c5? Probably doesn't hurt, right? No, I'm having a bad week. My mom is in the hospital with pneumonia, and I'm sick too, but hanging in. Yesterday I started having like an asthmatic coughing attack during my stream. I'm a little better today, so other than that, I'm good. Yeah, the whole household was terrorized by this bacterial infection. Even like 3 weeks ago, I was complaining that I had allergies, but I don't think it was really allergies. All right, now we could play h5, h4, but I'm a little concerned about development now. Let's complete development. Got to get the rooks connected in case he tries to open it up along the f file. He might play f3. It's kind of counterintuitive, but not a lot of options here for both sides. I could try to sack and exchange Petrosian style with like rook f4. Rook f4, famous idea. h5. We go h5. Let's say h5, f3, bishop h6. It seems kind of risky to push that h-pawn. Wow, b5 and a4. I mean, b5, okay. You're playing on white's strong side, so it's kind of counterintuitive. It's not to say that b5 isn't possible in the Petrosian system. I mean, it happens. But it's kind of a4, yeah, same thing. We're playing on a white's stronger side there, theoretically, because of the space wedge with d5. But you can't always, you know, play one-dimensionally according to traditional thought. I mean, of course, b5 might opportunistically be a good move at some point. Obviously, if he takes, you know, even then, I have bishop takes, bishop d3 may not be good for black. No, I don't like b5. a4 maybe, but then he just goes like b4. He's not going to let me just take over the a file and dominate the game. It's not going to be easy. Now, what are we expecting? Trading pieces. I have a protected passed pawn. We're playing for the king and pawn endgame. Right? Right? Rook f8, queen f2. He's not going to play queen f2. The problem is, I mean, theoretically the exchange of white square bishops is good for white because I have all pawns locked on dark squares. Though it would leave me with the safer king and, yes, a protected passed pawn. But, I mean, that bishop endgame, you know, it's not a king and pawn game, it's a bishop endgame. And if he gets his bishop in, I'm dead, you know. Adjacent diagonals, pawn chains. Well, I mean, for me, a pawn chain is just a pawn chain. That's what I thought too, Chris. I never read Nimzovich. I was saying that yesterday. I never even owned a Nimzovich book, except for one that a friend of mine left at my apartment. But a lot of people claim that I, you know, play according to Nimzovich stylistically. I mean, I'm aware of his principles and I talk about them sometimes, but I never actually read my system. I think someone left chess praxis at my house. Oh. I can trade the correct bishop. We can trade our bad bishop now. So, what's up with this bishop endgame? I want to play like h5, h4. Or centralize the king. I guess it's just a draw, man. But I mean, this is pretty much the most I could hope for when I play knight c5, knight takes e4, and f5 and all that jazz. No, but I mean, he missed a good move there. He should have played g3 the previous move. Just I don't think it's enough for me to win. I'll take free pawns in any denomination. Doubled pawns. You resigned. Wow. I don't know. Is it too early to resign here? Okay, c5 is just a panic blunder. You could play bishop d3. It's still a draw. I told you guys it's just a draw. I mean, it's still not enough to win. Once you had a dream about an obnoxious manic chess player rapidly spewing chess knowledge. That's me, man. No, you just made one mistake. I mean, you didn't play the ending that badly. Okay, I thought there's no way I should have even had that chance, because you should have played g3 right away. First off, you play g3 right away. I don't think I can sack the pawn and hope to win, so I have to take, and then you can actually take either way. Maybe you're better off, you know, playing with this outside pawn as kind of something to keep me honest. Though I'm threatening this now, so a3, bishop f5, let's say bishop f3 or bishop g2, bishop c2, b4, bishop d3. Yeah, I mean, there are ways you could lose, I guess. It's not so easy. I'm not sure, but I just don't think that black has enough to win here, you know. All right. This name I can't pronounce is just a new account. Washed. I'm just not going to play you because you don't have an established rating. Quantix does, so we're going to play him next. I don't like to play people who just created new accounts. You know, a lot of people like to troll me and stuff, so I'm not going to do that. No, but I feel bad about this game. I played badly. I mean, knight a6 is just the variation I don't know, and I already didn't have a clue. I think I'm supposed to play queen e8 or something instead of knight c5, but I didn't remember how it works, and I don't really like the line. I should think before I move. Bad wins are people too. But the best thing about Nakamura is the way he looks in the air, and when he's thinking, he makes that cross-eyed kind of staring look. I always like that. c4, g6. A lot of times I've been playing knight c3, and that's a stupid move. So I have to play e4 right away. I often get this move order messed up. This is the only way to get a Marazzi now. Pawn to likes h4. Okay, this is a very big positional blunder because he's got a hole at d6 that he can't really cover. You don't want to play e5 and dragon for the most part, as well because it blocks your bishop on g7. e5 not a good move. Black should give up this variation and play. If you want to play e5, you should play some sort of Sicilian. It wasn't really a Sicilian. Okay. Now it is. It only becomes a Sicilian at move 5. 4-4. And then you can't play e5 here. There are a lot of moves. You can play d6. You can play knight f6. You can play queen b6. You can play knight h6. Probably quite a few moves. But e5 is not one of them. So, interesting try. I don't think so. I could play like knight c3 and just develop a piece here. That'd be kind of funny. I guess theoretically I should take the pawn though. There's queen a5 check. Doesn't do anything. He's just down a pawn. You think Naka has a Valley Girl accent? Well, he's been living in like what, Vancouver or something? I mean, but he's originally lived in New York State, so how he develops a Valley Girl accent, that's a little hard to understand. I said I take pawns. I claim that I'm not materialistic, but I think I am at heart a little bit materialistic. But you know, you do what works. In my experience, material works. I try not to be too materialistic though. This is a slightly risky continuation because I'm making sure that, you know, essentially this pawn doesn't have a pawn to support it. But it controls a lot of squares. I can support it with bishop f3. I felt it was more aggressive, and it takes away the e5 square from the black pieces. But you have to keep in mind all the factors, you know. And okay, you could just try to say, okay, take it for granted. I'm up a pawn. It's an automatic win. I mean, that's the sure way to screw up. I mean, honestly, you should take every position seriously. Even against the 1500 who dropped a pawn on move 6. I mean, I could easily lose if I do something stupid. Not easily, but I can do it, you know. I try to take every game seriously, even if it's a completely winning position. I saw the article about the pawn bug chess Kudo. I didn't understand it. I just glossed over it kind of quick. Can you explain that to me in more detail? I just saw a GIF with a hamster running around or something and didn't really understand what that was about, but maybe it's just me. But I'm telling people all the time, for some reason high-level pawn players can teleport the pawn. I guess it's a joke that's over my head. It was an en passant joke. I just glossed over it this morning. I didn't understand what it was. I saw a guinea pig or whatever, hamster running around, and I wasn't fully awake. You know, it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. I hadn't had my coffee yet, so it's an en passant joke. Okay, I got it. I'm good. I mean, I fully admit I'm very naive and sometimes just flat out stupid. All right. That's a nice trap there. G5. Take. Take, take, take. Take, 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 take. Take, 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 take. Take, 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 take. So I take, you take. 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 You take. I take. It's a lot of take. I mean, G5 is a nice move, but I think the solution here is other. Makes you think. A3. There's so many good moves. So little time. Quickly answering with knight c6. Back to the fold. Foldy malots. Do you know what a foldy malots is? Does anyone know what a foldy malots is? Funny Hungarian word. Foldy malots. You can see them in the zoo. They like it dark. Nocturnal creatures. We call in English an anteater, I think. Aardvark, anteater. So many choices here. Let's just take the bad bishop. Quantix has potential. They definitely have potential. They have some understanding, and like even here, they're only down 2 pawns. Are kind of clinging to life. Gotta give them credit. Making it a tough. Making it a tough struggle for me. Take it down. Take it down! But still, I don't get positional play. Well, in a way you do. Like, you understood now, like, the fundamental importance of e5. I mean, I think the full picture isn't there yet. You have a sense for some key squares. You know, I mean, you really just need to get a all around better understanding. But e5 in the opening was like suicide. Nobody can come back from that kind of positional mistake, you know. I mean, I would beat Carlsen. It's such a big, massive blunder that there's no recovering from it. Okay, we're winning every possible way now. It's a credit that you made it this far, only 3 pawns down after e5. All right, that's it. Who's up next? Luckily, my cough medicine is working. Last night's stream was pretty tough. Couldn't talk. Chess Kudo, Cheesy Noob, ABD, Dueling Netherlandos, Pi Day and Zen Chess. Good to see you, Zen. The glue joke. I haven't played Chess Kudo in ages. Alright, so e4. Well, we'll stick to our repertoire. Working on the Sicilian. I've been playing what's sort of accelerated dragon a lot. We ought to just stick to one thing and play it. I had a game in this line yesterday. White played e5. I personally think that ed is a better move. But they're both playable. Yesterday I think I played knight h6. I'm not sure about this though. We're transposing to a different variation of the hyper-accelerated dragon. I had this game with white against Jakob Attila. This is my exact blitz game from yesterday against some random player. I'm not sure this is even correct. My opponent, I think, played a different move though. Chess Kudo's reaction is kind of like a routine one. The move that actually bothered me the most was h3. It's like a very standard kind of happening here. The Roman Forum. You can take and check on h4. At the end of the day, I mean, that's probably not a bad continuation. I'm not sure it's necessarily the best, but you got to do something. I mean, it is kind of disruptive. But I mean, the pawn secures his center, so I'm not sold that this is necessarily the best way for black to play this. Maybe I should just chill out and not take his bishop and just play like bishop g7. Try to wait. A lot of people would say I think that this is necessarily a really bad position for white, but I'm not. Once again, I'm not so sure. Aspate said h6 did that check. Well, you pointed me in the right direction, Astrobate. Thank you for the suggestion. I guess black's better, but I'm under any illusion that I'm necessarily winning here. And I don't necessarily think I played this right, but it's a way to play. You know, you got to play something within the time frame that you have allotted. So I would like to have thought longer. I think that normally I don't like to take the bishop on e3. So in a vacuum, I'd probably play bishop g7 and then plan on breaking with f6 ASAP. But then I have a weakness on e6, so again, not that simple. Did I miss a tactic there? No. No tactics. No tactics. It's not really a tactical position. We've got our break, though. The break is going to be double-edged. You want to sack a pawn for 3 pieces? Let's sack a pawn for 3 pieces. Let's sack a piece for 3 pawns. You can almost trap his knight. Almost doesn't count. Queen g5. He's just playing queen b3 there. So f6 bishop g4 is a huge pain. Maybe I ought to just chill out here. Like queen e7. Ready, set, go. I hate playing passively, but this pawn is going to be a problem. His knight will be embarrassed by f6 now. We hit f6 with a bigger force. Queen b3, rook b8. He does have tactics here. You have to keep an eye on that. But f6 is still coming with very, very powerful force. Relatively powerful force. Maybe not very powerful. Alright, dude, it's time to bail out. Start bailing. He didn't bail. Wow. Look at that move. What a move. Crazy. Crazy, man. Alright, whatever. That's not happening. Wow. There's a kind of messed up variation here where he loses a piece. Bishop takes d5. E takes d5, knight f5, queen d7, knight h6 check, king g7. His knight is trapped. Maybe not. It's a complicated position. Wow. h4. He likes h4. I don't like h4. It's an aggressive move. He's playing with his king in the center of the board. Knight f5. Yeah, look at knight f5. It's a good move. Very powerful. But I'm crazy with queen d7. Okay, it's not the variation. Crazy complications here. His king will come under counterattack. This is the best. I don't have rook f7 now. I guess we just play king h8. It's pretty deep, dude. It's a pretty deep concept. Where's his king going? He's got to go into the wild blue yonder. Reminds me of this time we had a game with John Curdo. Both our kings were popped up on like h3 and h6 at the same time in like a Leningrad Dutch. I have rook f8, rook g8. Is rook g8 a bad move? He has queen d8, d5 there. Rook g8, take. Queen d5. And there's no way to finish him off in that position. That's crazy. That's really crazy. We'll just have to go in the endgame a pawn up here. He dropped his queen. That was a crazy game, man. I like bishop takes d5 in this position. I liked h4 too. Of course, pawn to recommended. The engine wants me to play king h8 there. Whatever. f6, h5, g5, bishop d5, ed5, queen d5, king h8. Now here, and I don't know. The computer wanted to play queen e8. I didn't see this move. I didn't even understand what it did. I don't understand. What's up with queen e8? What does this move do? Can somebody explain this to me? Queen e8. Knight h6, fe5. Okay. So apparently the way we played it is okay for white. Oh, you had knight f7 check. But I saw this and I thought just king h8. Well, that's crazy. I mean, king g8. What? What? White is winning here? Sorry, that was beyond me. That is so beyond me. Wow. There's just no way to protect f7. Oh my god. So you missed this knight f7. I saw it, but I just dismissed it because I thought, okay, yes, king g7, h6 check is a problem. But I didn't think king g8 would be a problem. Knight f7, king g8, and I'm supposed to take and play knight d8 now. Here. I don't know how this is better, but this move. That's awkward. And you're just clearly better. I don't think there can be clearly better here, no? It's either you're winning or you're not. How is it clearly better? Queen e5, knight c6, queen e6, rook b f8. Oh my god, it's complicated. So apparently it's not a forced win, but better for white. Now knight d8 I can play. That's messed up. h6 check. You go into a queen ending. Wow. Oh man. These pawns are killer. Crazy. It's 4 pawns each in a queen ending, but this pawn is very close to being a queen. Chess noob. ABD Pi Day. Okay, Maestro Piero, I'm not accepting rated challenges. My rating is low enough already. Maybe next week when I get back to 2500. Engines are miracle workers. No, but I mean, I saw knight f7, honestly. You know, he should have seen that at least, but I would dismiss it too, you know. It looks very artificial. Guys, please support the stream. Asterbait, did you donate today? Looked like your bit total went up. Asterbait 2102, Nils 1850, Jim 600. Thanks guys for supporting the stream. I appreciate the donations. Nice game. Cheesy noob. Oh, we only played a draw. I don't remember. It was Simul? Oh, that was the Simul game. I just like... How did it end in a draw? I don't remember. Alright. Let's try e4. No problem at all. No problem at all. Just subscribe tier 1. 2 months. No problem at all. Thanks for the sub. Subs makes me hungry. Talking about subs. They need another word for it. Alright, let's just play open. Asterbait, thanks. It's alright, Kudo. That's much appreciated. The thought that counts. But thanks to No Problem at All for subscribing. Thanks to all you guys. This is a very rare variation, Bishop b4 here. Maybe I just have to play knight b5 and we transpose to one of those things. I can play g3 though. If black's playing d5 though, damn. See, maybe I can go knight c6 and oh, there's a trap here. This is an actual variation. I don't know if it's any good though. What if you take with a d pawn? Nah, this isn't really my style. I don't know why I'm doing this. It was an impulsive decision. It's not the pin variation. The pin variation is different. Pin variation is with e6 immediately, no knight c6. But this is better for me now. He's given up his bishop. Given up his bishop without really enough justification, I would say. Pin variation, there's a bit more theory than this. I don't know what this is. But I think even so, he should play bishop f8 there. I mean, I'm pretty sure that that's like a known thing. So we end up with a very, like a very strategic situation. Kind of not so easy, because his pawn mass sort of blots out my bishop pair. I mean, if I had more time, I could probably come up with some kind of really strong strategic idea here, but I need time to work out the whole position. I don't think it's that bad for black, actually. So this is the kind of position where it's probably good to sit and think for like a minute and a half and try to work out entirely what your setup is going to consist of, rather than just play move to move. It's a relatively safe position for white. Decided to do something lame, put a piece on d6. Piece on d6 doesn't mean anything if he's got like a pawn on d5. I can't blockade that pawn. If I could play that, guaranteed, you know. Trying to get some information. Information on the opponent. I wanted to play h4 a long time ago, a la Panda. Do I have any tips for your play, Cheskuda? I mean, it's kind of hard to judge someone based on one game because we haven't played in forever, but I think you need to play that opening a little more incisively. You handled the opening a little too routinely. I think that's generally not good for white, what you did. You kind of got away with it there. And that's the first thing that comes to mind. I don't know. I don't have that much pressure on his center. I don't know, Cheesy Noob seems ridiculously strong. Solving all of his problems instantaneously, using no time. Maybe black's just better already. My opening was kind of a fail. I had a good game, but didn't know what to do with it. I sat there and thought for a minute and a half on this move here. F6 and black has no problems. I don't know. I invite anybody here to suggest to me like what white's supposed to do in this position to get an advantage. Maybe like g4. Try to play g4, g5 really fast. I didn't play actively enough. No, I think you need to play that opening more sharply, Cheskudo. Like bishop e2. This isn't dynamic enough. You have to play something with like bishop b5, maybe try to, or h3 to stop the pin. It's probably okay what you did, but it feels very routine. Generally speaking, people like lose those type positions with white. Masturbate, what's your lichess ID? I feel like black should be okay here. I'm not happy with the way I played it. I let him trade off the bishop pair. At this point, I thought I have like bishop takes c3, queen c3, clear advantage. But he just plays queen f6. He's heading for g6. Fanatic Chess hosting. Thanks, man. Heading for g6. I don't know. This should be good for white. But now I feel like I have almost no advantage, if any. h4 was a random move. That's true. H pawns are good with bishops in general. They tend to become queens later on when you've got a bishop on the board. But Vinnick was a big fan of pushing his H-pawns when he had the bishop pair. It also developed my rook at the time, but now that doesn't seem as relevant. Of course, I could have taken with the other rook on F1. I mean, I don't know. I like H5 with space here. C4 interesting. Got to do something. He just blundered. Technical endgame should be winning for us. This is not so easy. It's probably a good way to lose. He has a minute more than me? Kind of fast. Who's saying it's like game over? I don't agree. He's incredibly fast. How's he 1700 in bullet? Cause too slow, obviously. Extremely slow. And I finally made a mistake. I don't think the slow is your problem. If anything, you played too fast. I mean, this actually might not be that easy to win because I fixed my pawns here. If you can attack that A pawn, but how? Guess he's got no way to attack it. All right, that wasn't easy. Okay, ABD. Okay, guys, we got like half an hour, over half an hour, 40 minutes left. So let's play some good games. Played H4 just for Ponda's sake. Ponda, are you done? Let the other Ponda read a little. All right, is our camera still working? Yeah. Oh, another H4. That was maybe not so relevant there. Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom. All right, here we go again. This is my new anti-French. I don't want to play the French anymore. Make it go away. I almost lost on time there. I was trying to find moves. He was playing instantly. And still finding good moves, you know. Nuzovich versus Systemson to H4. Did Nuzovich really play H4? Are you kidding me? Systemson sounds kind of suspicious. Okay, like the problem with this is actually C5. This is the second player who played knight C6 today. Same position. That's weird. But C5 leaves me in a kind of lame C4 Sicilian. What? Dude, are you the same person who played me earlier? What is the chance someone else plays bishop c5? I might as well go out and get hit by lightning twice. You know, a really weird thing happened to me yesterday. I was walking down the street, and there was this like old dude with bald hair that, I don't know, something about him like irritated me. He just like acted like he was like Bruce Willis or something. I was like walking next to him and thinks he's all cool. He's like 65-year-old Bruce Willis. And this went through my mind, and I'm like, yeah, dude, you think you're Bruce Willis. Okay, whatever. So I walk like another 10 meters, and I look up, and Bruce Willis is like staring at me, you know? I mean, how strange is that? There's this big, giant, like, poster of Bruce Willis right in front of me. Like, literally 30 seconds after Bruce Willis had flashed through my mind. And everybody's going to be like, oh, well, no, you saw the Bruce Willis poster first. It was subconscious. You didn't see it. No, I swear to God, I didn't see it. Like, it wasn't even there yet. It was crazy, man. Bruce Willis. I'm like, dude, you heard me thinking about you. That's ridiculous. Coincidence? Or ancient aliens? We didn't channel the ancient aliens. Ancient aliens reference in a while. So, I don't think it's coincidence. I think it was Bruce Willis heard me, and he just made his poster appear right there. It's like, dude, why are you talking smack about me? Bald 65-year-old dudes across the world unite. Bruce Willis fans unite. All right. Bruce Willis is looking pretty, he's looking pretty old. I don't think he could even cut it as like Mr. Clean anymore. So, anyway, enough busting on Bruce. But it was truly a weird, sort of surreal coincidence. You know what? Maybe there's a chance. Like, really, it's a kind of new poster, but maybe there was a chance that it was there. Maybe I had seen it once before, subconsciously. It was there in my mind. Very possible, actually. But I didn't see it. I didn't look at it yesterday. It's possible it had been there for like 2 days, and I had unconsciously noticed it like before. It's true. Queen h5. Wow. All right. I'm trying to be principled here. ABD. Not really principled play. Queen out to a5, coming across laterally. We'll deal with that. Obviously, bishop takes h7. Very strong here. We want to open up the h file for him. I don't think even a computer would take that. People want to beat Bruce Willis, but he makes, you know, he gives us old dudes some hope, I guess. So, what? All right. Yes, come to daddy. King d8. What? Smithers. Got all kinds of references. Montgomery, Burns, Bruce. King d8. My God, man. Like taking candy from a baby. That's crazy, man. You're out of your gourd. King d8, king c7. It's Karpov in the Leningrad Nimzo. Yeah, well, I mean, if somebody like bet me, I mean, how long can you last without castling? I don't know. Black probably shouldn't survive too long here. I mean, I respect your creativity. I love to play king d8, you know, in the Nimzo, in the Gingy Indian, but the structure has to be locked, I think. Though I did have a simul game like 2 weeks ago, where this guy got away with, no, was it last week? Guy got away with like walking his king across the board against me, and then I was like resigning after a while. I was pretty pissed off about it. Knight g5, bishop g5, rook b5, and rook g5. That looks good. Oh, he's got this Zwischenzug. He's just waiting to pull the trigger on knight takes d4. Knight g5, knight d4. And my rook is hanging with nasty check on e1. Nah, he's just trying to set me up. All right. We don't have to be fancy. We'll just do it. We'll do the routine move here. I saw that, you know, I saw that earlier, and I was like, oh, well, it doesn't matter. But he's like trying to set it up with g5, g4. Tricky. Tricky player. Tricky player never cries. Now we take it. I don't want to be too greedy. Knight f7 check. Or I guess we could just play knight f7 and knight h6, and we're just up 2 pawns. He's on a fishing expedition. Queen over here. Back to the game. I mean, obviously I could just take on h7 too. Kind of materialistic, but what the hey. I guess he'll try to play e5 and come across. We could do a rook transfer. But now e5 anyway. Then knight f5. Okay, how about queen e2? This is basically his only plan. I mean, I can sack a pawn. ED4, knight f5, something like that. I wanted to transfer anyway. This stops rook, I mean bishop h3. Now what? d5. Personal safety. I need c5 to work. Crushing positional bind. This isn't bad either. Everything bagel. It's my favorite kind of bagel. I'll have an everything bagel. He's still not dying yet. Unbelievable. Can even protect that too. Bishop f8. Knight g7, knight e6. I missed that? That's a strong maneuver. Alright, little too experimental there. Pi Day is pretty good. Then this guy re-challenged. Dragon B. Okay, I will guarantee those 3 games. I'm not sure we're going to get to Unicorn and Fossil Figo. We'll play these 3 games though. And we got to go. Alright, time for 3. Fossil Figo. Sorry, I have to finish the stream at 12:30, so I don't think we're going to get to your challenge. Unless some people just like leave the queue. Thanks for being a subscriber. Pi Day. Peanut butter and jelly time. Breakfast? Sounds like breakfast. You know what? Astrobate, an interesting fact. I've never eaten peanut butter and jelly for breakfast in my whole life. That was a definite important school years lunch for me, but I never got into the school lunch thing. That was kind of gross. Actually, my son says the school lunch here is gross. He won't eat it. He wanted to take a hamburger to school with him. We're like, well, you can't heat it up. What are you going to do? Eat it cold? All right. E3. You ever seen anyone bring their own hamburger to school? I mean, it's one thing if you like go to McDonald's or something. Bring your own home-cooked hamburger. That I never saw. Cold hamburger. It's like taking meatloaf to school. Cold meatloaf. Bishop b4. This is kind of a rare move. Normally, I mean, we don't like to see that bishop part from our position. With black, with the pawns on white squares, you need the dark square bishop. Ricky Rapport. I once took down Ricky in this opening. But it was quite different from this. He played like bishop d6 early. Bishop d6 and queen e7. It's actually a good system. Black tries to push through e5 really fast by playing, I guess, 5 bishop d6. Because traditionally people would play like knight on bd7. I'm just looking at crazy stuff. The pawn though wants to play knight g5. It's just not sound. We could do it for fun, but it's not sound. Actually, he's threatening e5 now. And this is a serious problem. I don't really want him to play e5. So what are you going to do? Like d4. d4, knight e4 almost justifies this stuff. Let's say bishop e2, e5. It's interesting. Can I play g4 here? Can always play g4. It's kind of crazy to waste all this time on such a sharp move. If I'm in a time disadvantage situation, I probably shouldn't play a sharp move. But I guess it's not that bad. I've got 5 plus 3. The move does look legitimately interesting. Rook g1 is a little too Emery Tate for me. That's like you're on drugs or something. You know, when you're really high, you're like, oh man, rook g1, man, it's deep. You know, smoking too much weed. Rook g1, I mean, okay, guess what? The other guy knows what you're gonna do. But g4, it's like a kind of surprise blitz. With rook g1, you give them time to prepare themselves mentally for what's going to happen next. Maybe in the Sicilian or something. This is a strong answer because we have a connection with b2, and it's very dangerous to take that pawn. It's also justified because e5, g5 undermines his d5 pawn. Anyway, that's the thought. That was the thought anyway. Rook g1 is deep, and you can play it on move 2. Like, if you want to try something really interesting, I think knight f3 followed by rook g1. Just play knight f3, rook g1 on the second move. I think that's the best way to do it. Exceedingly deep. Just knight f3, rook g1. Why wait until move 9, you know? I mean, now rook g1, we might be able to play it at some point. Castles is interesting too. Probably I should get out of here. That prevents e5. I didn't necessarily have to castle, but vegetable sharpener. What? You make weapons out of your vegetables? Banana sharpener? It's like some kind of comedy show. All right. You make throwing weapons out of carrots? Well, I mean, I don't know. B6, okay, that's a little slow. But I guess reasonable. Right. He's coming with bishop b7. We can play like rook h3, maybe. Sidestep the diagonal. I honestly wanted to play bishop d3. Maybe that's fast enough here. I mean, I don't have a computer engine available, obviously, but I would probably like to see some analysis that this pawn stack isn't sound. I mean, that's a little hard to believe that my pawn stack is unsound. How dare you? Like, if anything's sound, I don't know, man. This sack looks pretty legit. It's an extremely standard pawn sacrifice in this variation, as well as the normal semi-Slav. He's just falling apart here. I guess we'll have to take the material and sidestep that diagonal now. I would like to bet, you know, that probably rook g1 is a legitimate move. I definitely played unsounder moves in my life. That's not in the top 10. He's getting counterplay here. I think d4 is going to work. All right, now we got to blast him. Blast him. Well, f4 is good too. Nowhere to go. The whole thing is just one big happy family. So let's see. They're knight on bd7. They're actual games. Nobody good though. Francesco Rinaldi. Valery Chekhov. Okay, I take it back. The Rinaldi guy is pretty good. I'm just kidding. I know his name is not Francesco Rinaldi, but it's close. Chekhov and Rinaldi, two good players. One played a3. Okay, get out of here with your a3. That's totally lame. And d4 is the move that I'll play if I have to, but I wanted better than d4. I was almost going to play d4, and I was like, all right, we got to have better than d4. d4 is not dynamic enough. d4 is like my default move if there's nothing better. I hate c takes d5. That was played by a 2300 who lost. So, no, I like g4. So the engine is going with d4. I didn't like bishop e2, e5, to be honest. I'll be happy if g4 is like equal, all right? And we'll consider it sound. Not sound, apparently. It needs a little time, though, to hit the horizon. Now we're at 0.9. No, it's back to 0.1. Full one pawn down. So knight takes, you can just do that. Like, no problem. Everything's okay. All right, rook g1. Now black has to play f5. I wouldn't be super comfortable here with black. Hikaru did a very similar pawn sack in a game in the US Championship a couple of years ago. I guess the problem is that I'm getting hit with knight f3 checks. So when I play e5, that's a bit of an annoyance. Here, take, castles. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be enough. But anyways, it's just a blitz game. It's at 0.8 now. Alright. At least it was a creative. At least it was a creative idea. So, Dragon B. Somebody left. I think we lost one of our challenges. I would play that move in a tournament game. Even if it's not sound, it's good enough practically. You got players like Rapport and Jababa who play far worse moves than that on a regular basis in long games, just for practical reasons. Okay, let's try this variation. I'm going to go with the main line here. There's also queen, knight d5, queen b3. He can play knight g8 here too. Ponomarev. Ruslan. Alright, Dragon B. I've seen this position a few times. I played knight on db4 in a blitz game against Levon Aronian many years ago. That was the original move for black. I ended up losing. Levon played queen e2. This is probably better. I lost with black with this move against a Hungarian. I think I'm actually one of the first people to play this move. In fact, because typically like knight c7 was the main line after knight on db4. I drank too much before that game. I was feeling good as I went into the game, but it was holding me back later. We need excuses. I'm not really sure what the best is. I don't even remember how I lost. I think the opening was okay, actually. No, h4 is too early here. It's an idea later on. Probably better against knight c7. I think he might have already made a mistake. Maybe he needs to play d5 right away. Maybe not, though. b5 take, bishop f5, d7. My problem when I play these type of lines is that the queen b3 variations and the queen e4 variations and the variations with knight b6 and the variations with knight c7, like they all start to kind of blend into each other, and you can't really keep it clear in your mind like which variation is which. Rook g1, good idea, Uber driver. I think rook g1 here is absolutely best. No, I mean, you know, pawn does right about h4, but there's no time for that yet. We need to get our pieces out. You know, once we're castled, then you can play h4. I wouldn't play h4 probably before castling. But he's delayed d5 too long already. He may be in trouble as a result of that. Like, I don't get this. Maybe this is still theory. Again, like, pretty much more common to see this happen with the queen on b3 type position rather than here. Because I don't know where his queen goes. He doesn't want to trade queens or he's like lost. Now his only option is to like do bishop d7, which looks really uninspiring. Did I win a piece now? But as I said earlier, the theory on this variation is not real worked out. I have no idea if my game ever even made it into the database. It was played in the Hungarian second division, and I'm not sure. It was like 7 years ago when I played knight b6. It was a very rare move. I'm not even sure if we can find that. But there have been numerous games since with knight b6. Why did your rating drop? Well, the fact that my mom is like dying with pneumonia. I have bronchitis. And I forfeited another game for like 50 points. So I lost like 250 blitz points. But 200 of them were kind of legitimate. Like I just played bad. I should, you know, the last 50 was forfeit, but it's pretty bad. But I haven't been feeling well. I've just been sick, to make a long story short. All right, let's see this. Let's see this. So here, this is very important theoretically. Knight b6, knight c3. Yeah, he's supposed to play d5 or bishop g7 is both okay. All right, I like d5 better, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what I played in my game. ed6, bishop f5 right away. And I don't remember what my guy played. He might have played queen h4. I can't even remember his name now. It's like a Hungarian IM, but I can never remember his name. A young guy. Bishop g7. And then bishop f4. Good, I played the right move. Black's supposed to cast. So he delayed this too long. He's supposed to play d5 again. Who you fan? You waited too long. Castles. There's only a couple games here. Alan Pichot. And that's it. d5 now. ed6. There's Safarli versus Guseynov. And Guseynov is a big expert. Actually, this guy from Brazil, El Debs, is not bad too. So there's two games. Interesting. But I have the feeling that black waited too long. It looks like bishop takes c3. Both these guys who are grandmasters. But Guseynov is an expert in this variation. Two wins for white with b takes c. That's kind of funny. Like both grandmasters got away after d takes c7. But the best move is b takes c, maybe. Bishop f5. Queen e1, theoretical novelty. Okay, guys, it's very complicated. We have time for another game. Yeah, Dragon B just eventually dropped a piece there, miscalculating. I'm going to play Fossil Figo. And I think that'll be the last game for today. Unless it's super short. But it's fun. I have trouble playing against my own openings. For some reason, I was saying this yesterday. It's weird. Another French? What's up with this? Why does everybody play the French against me? No, I'm really sick. I've been really sick. I don't feel good. I haven't felt right. So the first person who played d5, go into kind of a mainline exchange variation with c4 here. I've experimented with other moves like knight f3. There's some funny stuff you can do, like d4, bishop d3, and try to play like a snake Benoni with white. That, if I'm in a mood for something weird, I might try something like that. I don't care too much about my online ratings, by the way. I don't know, everybody's so obsessed with that, but at the end of the day, it means nothing, It's nice to like build your ego or whatever, but when it all comes down, it's not going to matter if my lichess rating is 2200 or 26. Bigger, more important things to worry about. Knight c3. Viewers were getting on my nerves. That's true too. I don't know what that was about. I think that was the USB. When my USB splitter was acting up. So now we actually have a form of Queen's Gambit accepted if he takes on c4. It looks like he doesn't want to do that. At least I'm not coughing, man. This is great. Last night I was like coughing my brains out. Thought I was going to have to go to the doctor immediately. But it looks pretty good now. I've been talking for over 2 hours and I'm actually holding my own. It's excellent. I didn't cough all in the night too. So Fossifigo. Rook e8 though. Okay, knight c6 is a reasonable move too. Kind of waiting move. Asterbate, what do you think about this? This is Asterbate's favorite square. Bishop e3. I need to put the bishop somewhere. Macho square. It's Bruce Willis bishop. Yeah, rook e8 is good, driver. I have a correspondence game against someone on sound in this variation. No, it was actually a Danish, but it became this by transposition. It's funny, a lot of different openings actually transpose into this. It's a kind of formative, isolated queen pawn position. A3. I guess that was my big idea next. Starting to look at exchange sacrifices, Morozevich style, with rook takes e3. It's also a Petrov. Petrov, the Queen's Gambit accepted. Nimzo, Queen's Gambit, even Queen's Gambit declined. Yeah, it's a Petrov too. French exchange. It's not a Queen's Gambit accepted unless he takes here, obviously, but that's usually a standard procedure. Fossifigo really likes the tension. Most players can't stand to maintain tension this long. Fossifigo. I mean, I don't know much about him, but most people who are like 1700. People just don't like tension in general. I mean, some people do. Probably Donald Trump likes tension. But some people like creating tension, but it's very rare. Most people don't like tension, They're like made uncomfortable by it. So weaker players tend to hate maintaining the tension like the plague. Queen c2, d takes c4, rook d1, knight a5. That looks like a problem. I could castle queenside. Nah. How do I maintain the tension now? I'm gonna have to play bishop d3 at some point and just kind of lose the tempo. I mean, this is a really mature move. The whole setup is very mature. Basically, Fossifigo is playing like it's a Tarash Queen's Gambit. exactly for black, just his pawn's not on c5. But it has a lot of similarities with that opening too. But I don't think I can keep the tension any longer here. We gotta go. Now, speculative exchange sacrifices, like, I don't think so. Now we're in Queen's Gambit accepted land. Probably a fairly good one for white though, because I don't like that weakness on f7. God, Uber driver. G4. Never know when Uber driver is serious or not. Yeah, G4. That's my idea. I mean, if I want to play G4, I want my bishop on G2. Have a proper grob. I'm a big grob player. I'm really big on the grob. Ponda, you know, Ponda likes H4. GM Goldfinger. Goldmund. Alright guys, last game for today. I'm going to have to decline this challenge from Cheesy Noob. We already played him. Rook G1, right. Rook G1, G4. I'll just put my king on F1. Who F7, man? Knight G5. Rook E7. But it's not that clear. Like, Knight G5, Rook E7, Queen B3, Knight D4 is making my head hurt. Maybe I should just castle and be done with it. I wouldn't be surprised if Knight G5 was like a winning move, but I couldn't see the finish. The finish line after Knight G5. Knight G5, Rook E7, Queen B3, Knight takes to E4, hitting my queen. You can play Bishop takes F7, check, King H8, and then what? You know, your queen is hanging. You have no threat. I don't know what to do. Uber driver, very serious today. King H1. Where's Merle? I haven't seen Merle in a while. Did you cast him out, Uber driver? The mad scientist? Merle the mad? Merle's really Bob. Was Bob here earlier? Am I having... Was Bob actually on? Concordians was here earlier. I didn't greet him. I guess Bob wasn't actually here. We were just talking about him. Okay. I guess there's something to be said for Bishop D3 too, but no. Well, Bishop B3, Bishop. All right, we'll go to A2. He's got B4 now. Knight at G5. Snap, crackle, pop. Sack a piece for speculative attacking chances. Alright, whatever. This is at least interesting. Okay, he doesn't have to take the piece. Ah. Alright. Really correctly played game by Black. Amazing defense with that rook on e7. Just incredible. He even has that. Unbelievable. His level of play is incredibly good. Lost on time. Great defensive effort by Black. I'm not convinced about the last move. Whoa, what's going on? Sorry, I didn't want a rematch. Sorry, man, I didn't want a rematch. No time, gotta go. I just wanted to see the game, was what I was trying to do. To analyze the game. He's like ready for another game. No, just like... This is all theory. No, just wanted to zero out game. Bishop d3 was best. Seemed very reasonable for me. The engine wants to play bishop f7. I mean, it's too deep for me. Okay, here. Knight g5. Best move? No, maybe. Rook e7. Computer likes bishop b1 now. It was a really well played game. Apparently he has c5. In the final position, he lost on time. But it was a good game. I think it was a good game. I mean, I don't think there's many mistakes here for both sides, objectively. If you look at computer analysis, request computer analysis, probably not a lot of cent upon loss here on both sides. Apparently we both made one mistake. Two mistakes. Both sides, two mistakes, one inaccuracy. Anyway, tough struggle, good game. Alright guys, thanks for joining me. We're going to be back on Sunday with the simul for 20 plus players this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. CEST. Thanks everybody, and I will see you again on Sunday 6:30. Okay, don't forget to play h4 every single game. That's my favorite move. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.